What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video of mine. Welcome back to Forex Truth, where we actually review all the truths about Forex trading. So basically in this video I'm actually going to show you all how I trade one point of a market, how I actually capture my trade at this exact turn point. I'll be breaking down everything, breaking down all the trades that I've taken, and also reveal my strategy to you all. All right, but before we get into that, let me give you a kind of an insight on how my strategy work. So basically what I look at, or how my strategies works, is basically, let me assume that the market is going up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, and suddenly start doing what? Coming down. All right. I will basically be interested in trying to do what? In trying to find my entry points within somewhere here. I'll be interested on this zone here. All right. Yeah, I'll be interested on this zone here, patiently waiting for the market to do what? Waiting for the market to basically tap into this area. All right, so if the market taps into this area, I'll now be interested in doing what? Trying to capture my trade within here and do what? Rally it all the way up. So basically the way I trade is to what? Ability for me to capture the trade from here, all right, rally it up, capture it from here, rally it down, capture it from here, and then rally it down. I'm actually going to show you guys all these things in the chat so that you see how I do it, and also break down a whole lot of trades for you guys. So all you have to do for me is to do well and smash that subscription button. All right, we're actually on a journey of 1,000 subscribers before the end of December, and if you're able to hit it, I'm going to do 100k ftmo account giveaway, just like I do say in my previous video. So if you're enjoying this video, do well to smash that subscription button. All right, so basically let's talk on USDJPY. Permit me to tell you that most of these trades that I have actually took them, and they are still running. I'm going to show you the screenshot of some of this trade on the screen, so you see that I actually took the trade. So basically what I was waiting on this market to do was I saw the market what come here first. All right, this was the first place it tapped in before doing what? Dropping down. So I was patiently doing what? Waiting for the market to actually come to this area. Initially I was actually trying to know, since the market tapped in here, whether I can find what? An entry within here. But the market never gave me an entry within here. However, it came to this area and gave me an entry point. If you want to be this kind of trader, you need to have a whole lot of patience. One thing you need to understand is that it's not actually a matter of the market coming to your zone, but you waiting for your entry criteria to do what? To occur. So basically, let me show you what I mean by what? By my entry criteria. So basically, if let's say I was waiting for the market, all right, market was basically doing this, doing this, all right, doing this, another, doing this, all right, now, and the market suddenly doing what? Started coming down. So I personally will be what? Like I did said, I will be interested in what? Trying to capture an entry within this area. And so let's keep waiting for the market to tap into our what? Our zone. So how am I going to hop in on this trade? What I will do first of all is to pull out my trend line. All right, I will pick my trend line from wherever and place my trend line, something like this. All right, yeah. Then I will be waiting for what? A break of this trend line and also a break of structure. What do I mean by a break of structure? A break of structure actually means what? A break of the last high or the last low that was created depending on the trend. One thing you need to understand is that a market can break a trend line, but the structure has not actually been broken. It's best to enter a trade when the structure has been broken. So at this point in time, this structure will actually be broken if this last high that was created gets broken. All right, I will show you all these things in the chart after this little scenario analysis, so I understand an insight on how these trades work. So the first thing is for what? I will be waiting for the market, might be doing this, finally break this trend line, and then maybe break this zone, then retest it, then give me a kind of candlestick confirmation that I want, maybe an engulfing candle, then I will now do what? I will practically want to capture on this trade from all the way up, all right, then placing my stop loss just below this level. This is basically the first entry point that I usually use to enter my trade. That is the first entry criteria. Now let's talk about the second entry criteria. The second entry criteria can be what? Wyckoff cycle or Wyckoff strategy, which is basically based on what? Accumulation phase and distribution phase, depending on the trend. All right. So since it's in a downtrend, then basically we should be looking for what? Accumulation phase. So sometimes markets can actually come what? Do this and start ranging. All right, going up, basically start ranging. What you are going to do in this point in time is to clone it. If you're able to discover this kind of market movements, all right, you clone it. And accumulation phase usually signify what? A trend reversal. So but you won't just hop in, we should be waiting for a break of this box. All right, so what will now be happening is that you are obviously going to get a sharp break out of here. All right, if you get that sharp break, then next thing will happen, the market might actually make something like this, and then finally do what? Finally breaks out of this zone. Let me extend this. Then finally breaks out of this zone. Now after breaking it out of this box, it will now do what? Retest the box. Then we now look for an entry, maybe a candlestick confirmation within this area, and basically do what? Hop in and rally this trade all the way up, just putting our stop loss just below this level. So this is the kind of what you should be expecting that I'll be doing what? Showing you on the chart, and I'm going to breaking down and show you how I was able to trade with just this kind concept that I have just do what? I have just taught you. All right. So basically the first thing I look at before entering my trade is it will first of all get to my zone. After getting to my zone, I wait for a trend line break and a structure break. And guess what? It must also, my zone has to also be on what? My psychological level. As you can see, if you look at my chart, you are obviously going to be seeing a whole lot of random number. All right, these are psyche levels, psychological levels, and all these psychological levels are on my zone. So firstly, market has to come to my zone and it must be on my psyche level. So as you can see, this market now was on my zone. This is my zone, and it's currently on my zone now. So now that it came to my zone and also my psychological level 114.5, what I should be expecting is to go down to a lower time frame. I'm on a daily time frame. So I'll go back to what? A 4-hour time frame. Then look at what? Structure. So let me zoom into what? A 1 hour, 4-hour time frame. But it's actually going to be more clearer on what? On 1 hour time frame. So I hop into what? A 1 hour time frame. If I go to a 1 hour time frame, you can actually discover a pure trend line that I did do from all the way here, all right, to basically all the way here. That's it. So, and getting to that area, like I did tell you, I'm waiting for what? I'm waiting for two things: a break of trend line and a break of structure. At this point in time, this black zone you are basically seeing here, all right, this black zone happens to be my what? My structure. Remember, when the market actually was here, this place was my last low that was created. So I was basically interested on the market doing what? Breaking out of this zone, retesting it, and I will now do what? Hop in somewhere here and rally down. But it never did happen. Look at what the market did. The market finally went into an accumulation phase. All right, this is actually distribution phase, up, down. So at this point in time, that was why I had to do what? I had to clone this. As you can see, it was actually cloned. I had to clone it. So that's it, yeah. That's why I had to clone it. Remember what I did tell you? You clone it and do what now? We start waiting for what? A break out of this box. A break out of this what? A break out of this box is actually like this. This happens to be the what? The little fake out that I did tell you that it was going to occur before it finally starts dropping. This is actually the little fake out I did tell you was going to occur before the was finally dropping. As you can see, did what? The market actually did what? Break out of this box, retested this box. Let me zoom in clearly. Yeah, it actually did what? Break out of this box, did what? Retested on this box. And guess what it gave us? The market actually retested and gave us a great entry criteria of what? A bearish engulfing candle. You can see it, a clear bearish engulfing candle. And that was why I actually hopped in here. All right. And I actually hopped in here. As you can see, I had a 26p stop loss, and my trade we go to a higher time frame and place our what? Our take profit. So my take profit is actually on the last. I actually added my take profit on the one on the daily time frame. All right, so that's why you're seeing my what? My take profit on the psychological level 1112.15, which happens to be my last zone. So if you watch at this trade, one good thing about trading some points of a market is that it has a crazy risk to reward, but you need to be patience. You need to apply a whole lot of patience if you want to be this kind of swing trader. If you do not have much patience or you have problem with your patience, you need to do what? You need to change. You don't need to trade like this. All right. So basically, what I'm targeting on this trade, as you can see, is 173 pips, and the risk reward is almost what is 1:6, almost 1:7 risk to reward. That's crazy. Risking 26 pips, and we are targeting 123 pips, 173 pips. That is actually a great risk to reward. And I'm actually on this trade. I'll show you the screenshots on the screen above. If you look at the screenshots on the screen currently, you will also discover that the trade was taken here. All right, the trade was taken here for you to understand that we are not actually playing any game in this market. All these things is possible. Forex is not hard. You just need the right what? Education. And that is why in this community I have actually I will actually be starting a seminar, a kind of weekly seminar. It's free of charge, where I will be teaching people how to trade, how I analyze market, how I look at the market, and basically answer a whole lot of their questions via what is forest seminar that will be organized through Zoom call. So all you need to have to do is to smash that subscription button, then join the link, click on the link in the description, and join the Telegram community, because the links to the Zoom will obviously be posted on the Telegram community. So do yourself a favor and do what? Enjoy it. So let's look at another trade and see what it looks like. Let's look at British pound, Swiss franc, GBPCHF. All right, so if you basically look at this trade now, yeah, if you look at this trade, just like I did tell you that I captured the entry criteria of the market. If you look at this first trade that I did here, all right, if you look at it, let me show you what happened and why I took that particular trade. So if you zoom off like this, you can actually see what you can actually basically you can basically see what a first touch here. And trust you me, I actually captured this trade. I was able to capture this trade from here and rally it all the way down. I also captured it from here and rally it all the way up. And I was also able to capture it from here and rally it all the way up. By just to, I have to delete the I have to delete the symbol that shows that I actually captured it from here, because I don't like leaving all those things on my chart. But if you basically look at my analysis, you will be able to understand that I have what this zone here that was basically waiting for it to break, which it broke. I was able to capture in and what an entry point. This one also, I had this what zone here, which I was basically waiting for it to break this trend line, which it did, retested. I had an entry within here. So that's basically it. The same thing onto this one, which you can see also, it broke this trend line, then did what? Gave me an engulfing candle here. I'm on the far time frame. If you go to a lower time frame, it will be more clearer. All right. And I was able to do what? To hop in downward from here. So there are that basically it. But currently, British pound Swiss franc is not actually on the right zone for us to do what? For us to start thinking of even buying or selling it. So what I'm expecting on this pay is firstly for it to do what? Let me zoom in. I already have my zone marked up on my cycle level. This is a daily time frame. So what I'm expecting for the market is the what? For the market to actually tap into this area. Then once the market taps into this area, I'll start looking for my what? Entry criteria within this area, which happens to be what? Which happens to be in confluence with my cycle level, as you can see, 1.2500. 1.2500, which you can see here, 1.2500. So I will basically be what? Waiting for this trade to do what? To rally all the way down. I'll look for entry within here and basically rally it all the way up. So that is yet to come to my zone. So I'm still watching and monitoring this trade. Let's see how it will play out. Let's look at other trades that I actually did take. All right. Let's look at NZDCHF. Yeah, NZDCHF. So if you basically look at what this trade NZDCHF, let me zoom in clearly. So I was actually doing what? I was actually monitoring the trade here. All right, the market was here, had my points here, and then was basically doing what? Waiting for the market to get to my zone, which is also in confluence with my what? Psychological level 1.66500. That is one of the things you need to understand. If you want to be this kind of trader, you should be so much really interested to watch at your psyche level, because psychological levels are very, very important, especially if you're at some point a trader. So now the market actually came to my zone here. What did I do? I will go down to my lower time frame and start looking for what I told you, which is what? A break of trend line and a break of what? And a break of structure. So if you look at this now, we got what? We got a break of trend line here. Yeah, yeah, as you can see, we did what? We got a break of trend line here. Let me go to 1 hour time frame so that you see the structure more. Now it's more clear. It's more clear on what? On 1 hour time frame. So if you look at it on the 1 hour time frame, we got a what? A break of this trend line actually got broken. All right. So this trend line did what? Got broken. And since this trend line got broken, what was my last low? My last low was here. All right, this is my last low that was created. So I'll be waiting for what? This last low to get broken. Now the last low actually broke, retested it, and gave me this engulfing 1 hour candle. And that was why I was able to do what? Hop in on this trade from here. All right, I hopped in on this trade from here, and my risk here is just 23 pips. And what I do tell people is, if you're on a trade and you're already in 1 to 2 or even 1 to 1 risk to reward, fake what you risk and allow the rest to run, so that even if anything happens in the market, you are actually not losing any money. All right, so that basically it for NZDCHF. The trade is still running and I must stay on it, targeting what? I'm targeting 160 pips on this trade, and I'm risking 23 pips. So yeah, that basically it for this particular one. Let's check GBPUSD. And GBPUSD, I'm actually on this trade for a very long time for targeting about 500 pips. So when you see people telling you that they made 2000 pips, 500, 3000, 100 pips, 200 pips, don't think that is something that is impossible. Is something that is very, very much possible. I've done it in millions of times and I will keep doing it. And I also do what? Keep teaching people how to do it. All right, so this is basically what happened on GU. All right, if you basically look on GU on the higher time frame perspective, let me show you on 4 hour time frame. Yep, it's a little bit clearer. So if you actually look at it from 4 hour time frame perspective, you will see what? A touch here, a touch here, all right, and also what? Coming towards this area, and also did what? Gave me this touch, and also in my psychological level 1.3 what? 1.3 1.34500, as you can see. So that's the best first thing that I did tell you. First is market comes to your zone in your what? Psychological level, which is number then you zoom into what a lower time frame and find your entry. So let's see how I was able to do what, how I was able to capture an entry into this market within here, and then did what, rally it up all the way up. So if I actually come to us here, you will basically see my what, my trend line clearly. All right, so trend line is what I use for what, my entry criteria. You can basically do what, see that trend line, and believe you me to tell you that I actually share this post on my Telegram community. Yeah, I did share it on my Telegram community. Let me show you, but though the analysis is not all that clear, let me go and know if I can actually find them. Yeah, this is it here, GBPUSD. All right, so this is basically it on my Telegram community, but the analysis is not all that clear on the community. So as you can see, the trade is what is GBPUSD 580 pip markup chart. That basically it. And guess what? The market is just very closer to our take profit. The rest of the things you were seeing were continuation, me trying to join what, the impulsive move of the market, because basically the markets have to obviously make a what, a correction, and that is all these small buys, somehow sort of the trading and swing trading, the trading and scalping that you are doing, what, that you are seeing here. All right, as you can see, a what, a break of this trend line, which is what, a correction phase. Then we hop in and go into the impulsive phase. On the correction phase two, we hop in and we're actually going on this what, correction phase. So yeah, that basically one important thing, and why trading at a thumb point of a market is very good, because you've already analyzed and pictured what, the pure move of the market. So all you have to do is to do one, keep entering, keep trailing your stop loss, and keep hopping in more position, because we are not actually looking to sell GU until what, until GU finally hit our take profit 1.4100 before we start looking at what, capturing a GU for a what, a sell. So currently we are still on an uptrend, and as you can see, the trade, this particular trade, is already running in about 339 pips in profit. So that's basically it for GU. All right, that's basically it for GU. If you're enjoying this trade, do well to join that, smash that Telegram community. So let's check this AUDJPY, Australian dollar Japanese yen. After that, I will also go and show you some other pairs that are close to what, being traded, and I will tell you the right time to hop in on them. So if you look at this particular pair now, you already see my trend line, and you already see what, that break of structure, and you already see what, a psychological level 85.900. You need to write all your trading plans, don't violate them. So the first thing, like I did tell you, is what, you can see this what, tapped in here and finally came into here, and also on my psychological level 85.1900. Yeah, so after coming into that, what do? I zoom into my lower time frame and do what, and draw my trend line. Yeah, so come here and do what, and draw my trend line. You can basically see a clear what, a clear trend line break. I actually hopped in on 1 hour time frame. Most of the times entering on a 1 hour time frame is very better than entering on a 15 minutes time frame, or even on a 4 hour time frame. All right, so basically, as you can see, I waited for what, a break of structure, which did a break of trend line, which did occur here. All right, which did occur there, the break of trend line did occur here, and guess what, this happens to be what, the last high that was created. So that's why you're seeing this black line here, that's why you're seeing this black box here. All right, so I had to wait for what, the market to break this trend line, then did what, retested it, came here and gave me this beautiful engulfing, bearish engulfing candle, and I hopped in here immediately. All right, so this trade too, we are on it, and the trade is basically running in profit. So as you can see, is somehow is running, and you can see our take profit. We are actually targeting what, we are actually targeting 685 move in this trade. But however, our first take profit is obviously going to be here 82.900, then second take profit 81.200, then last take profit happens to be what, this last area, before we even think of trying to buy AUDJPY. So that's basically it on the trades that I have taken. Let's go on the trades that I am expecting to play out this week, and I will share it on my Telegram community when it does play out. So all you have to do is to smash that subscription button. If you are liking it, click on the link in the Telegram in the description below and join what, the Telegram community. So if you basically look at Euro Canadian dollar, right, Euro CAD, you will understand that this pay is now on my zone, not just on my zone, but what, on 1.42500. But it's not yet time to buy. Why? Because our entry criteria has not been met. Our entry criteria has not been met. All right. So if you basically look at it from this perspective, you will understand why I paid so much interest on the psychological level 1.4500. Why? Because this market has actually tapped in here, rally up, then finally coming towards this area. We are interested on trying to capture the trade within this area. So what do I do is to basically go to my lower time frame. Let's go to 4-hour time frame and do what, and zoom in. All right. So as you can see, I had my trend line. All right. But when I discovered that the market was no longer obeying the trend line entry criteria, it was basically trying to use what, accumulation phase entry criteria. So I had to clone the box. As you can see already, the box is already cloned. All right. So let me zoom in very clearly. You can now discover that the market is doing what, basically moving within this box. All right, moving within this box. So however, I'm still expecting the market to do what, to give me that strong push. Remember what I did tell you, it's we have to break the box in its opposite direction. To that to what, maybe rally all the way up, then push me into my cycle level 1.4200. Then I'll start waiting for what, for it to go down, break this box, retest this box. Now I will do what, look for an entry criteria within here and rally this trade all the way up. So that's basically what I'm expecting Euro Canadian dollar to do. But however, like I did tell you, require a whole lot of patience. This thing might not even play up next week, but anytime it play out, I'm basically watching this trade. I will definitely do what, paste it on the Telegram community. So let's go to the next trade that I have on my list, which happens to be Euro NZD. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's Euro NZD. I have this trade on my chart, and this trade is on my zone, about to meet up with my confluence. But I have to show you something crazy now that you also need to know about this strategy. So the first touch was here, as you can see, then the second touch was here and gave us this kind of what, fake breakout. However, we are yet to determine the fake breakout until it makes the move that we are currently expecting it to do, what, to make. So and also what, in my psychological level 1.6300, that is one thing I'm telling you. In the next seminar that will be organized on the Zoom call meeting, I'm actually going to be teaching you guys how to trade on psychological level and also how to plot psychological level. So do well to click on the link in the description and join the Telegram community so that you'll be part of those seminar. So now that I saw that the market was what, in my zone, what do? I zoom in. All right. So I will definitely have to basically zoom in. All right, then go to my lower time frame. As you can see, the trend line has been broken, but structure is yet to be broken. So it's very wrong for you to start buying from here. If you are doing this now, it's very very wrong for you to start doing this, because this market can somehow do what, this market can somehow suddenly start to drop. It's possible. So what we are expecting in this trade is for what? Is for this structure to get broken. Right? We are waiting for the market to basically rally up and then retests our zone. After retesting our zone, then we do what? We will happily look for an entry within here and do what? And then rally the market all the way up. All right. So just by placing our stop loss below here, somewhere below here, all right, then allowing it to rally all the way up. So that's basically what I'm expecting on this trade to do. But however, if it doesn't do that, then it might do what? It might basically start dropping. Anything is possible. That's why I want to be more careful in taking trades, and that is why you should also take a high probability trade and not a trade that you're guessing. Because anytime you want to place a trade and you're guessing, will it go or won't it go, then don't take that trade. It's not worthy of being taken. Because at this point in time, if I'm trying to buy this trade or trying to sell it, it's very, very what? Risky, right? If you have to follow in my analysis. So that basically it for this video, right? I didn't want the video to be too lengthy, but let me also show you other things that you need to watch out, and also importance of this kind of what? Of this kind of trading. Just like I did tell you, if you watch on this trade, I was what? I was able to capture this trade from this area. I was able to capture this trade from this area, and capturing it from this area, my take profit happens to be here. My take profit happens to be here. So all these other trades you are seeing me capturing here were more of scalping. This one were more of what? A continuation trade. And at this point in time, most people will actually be looking to what? To go long. But what did I do? I went short because of what? I already knew the directional move of the market. I knew that my take profit from here is yet to be hit. All right. I knew that the market was still moving from here to here. And that was why, even when other people were looking for a buy within this area, I had to sell. And that's good thing of this strategy. Trading at some point of a market, you already know the directional move of the market. Once you've gotten the directional move of the market, other things is just for you to do what? Trailing your stop and entering more trades in that direction of the trade. So that's basically all for this video. I didn't want this video to be too lengthy. I don't want it to be too long. I just wanted it to be what? A kind of quick recap. So do well to subscribe to my channel and join the Telegram community. I appreciate you all who have subscribed. We're actually on about 70 something subscriber. That's crazy. I love you all. The way I appreciate you all for what? For supporting is by doing most of the giveaways you see me doing on my channel. And the way you support me is by clicking on that subscription button. That's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye for now.